What's up everyone? Welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John and it's time for your weekly countdown show, 7 on Sunday. Today we're doing an episode that I've been a bit hesitant to actually put out there in the world because I know people are already going to be shouting in the comments,
"But John, how could you possibly hate every little thing about said genre, blah 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 blah."
Stop! You haven't even watched yet. Today's episode is dedicated to the top 7 genres of music that I cannot stand, the ones that I either genuinely just have a huge distaste for, or ones that I straight up hate. Some of you are probably thinking, but John, hate is such a strong word. And I would respond back by saying, yes, hate is a very strong word. In actuality, I of course do not hate every single song from any given genre. They might annoy me for the most part, or I might hate it for the most part overall, but I do not hate every single song of every genre that I'm going to talk about on this list. That would just be stupid to say that. Anyways, we're going to dive right into this. Let me know musical genres that you can't stand in the comments section down below, along with any thoughts you might have on the list that I'm going to present you with. Keep in mind, it's of course just my dumbass opinion. It's my 2 cents, so don't get too pissed off if you don't agree. Anyways, drop a like on this episode, and here we go with the first genre that I can't stand, and I'm putting it first because I know I'm probably gonna get shit for talking about it again. Bitch, you guessed it. Up first, we've got mumble and trap rap, something that I have made it pretty clear that I am not really on board with, so I don't really see the point in beating a dead horse because most of you watching this video probably already know, and if you don't, then it's not too hard to find my kinda dissenting opinions on much of the genre. Now, many people would say, John, you must hate fun, you must hate just everything about rap in general, and that's just not the case. There's so much good rap out there that genuinely I feel gets overlooked. There's great stuff out there that I love, from Kendrick to J. Cole to Run the Jewels and much more. There are many people doing things right, I just don't always connect. In fact, I generally do not connect with the majority of what's going on in the SoundCloud mumble trap rap scene right now. The lyrics are dime a dozen, they just face the same stereotypes over and over again of fucking on your girl and stealing your bitch and then driving around in the whip and stunting on everybody and fucking the haters, or wait, no, not fucking the haters, fuck the haters. Fucking the haters, that would certainly be a turn of events. It's the same thing over and over again, and that does not get me amped in any way whatsoever. The main thing that's bothering me right now is the fact that it dominates the charts so heavily that it's literally almost everywhere. It's inescapable. Everybody's trying to do something with a rattling hi-hat in the background, from Imagine Freaking Dragons to everybody else in the pop scene taking it on and doing it just like the rappers do to try and get some commercial success. It needs to go away, it needs to stop, or at the very least it needs to die down, and please somebody inject some life in it. And at number 6 is
Deathcore, or should I scream it into the microphone for you?
I can't do deathcore growls. Despite the fact that I won't be doing deathcore ASMR for you today, I do want to talk about the fact that I don't care for these blast beats, breakdown riffs, and just insane over-the-top screamed vocals. It's something that I feel bands that rose to prominence through using it, like Bring Me the Horizon, they did it, and I wasn't into it at all, but then they kind of changed it up and went for a totally different thing, and that's when I became a fan. There's a reason that you leave it behind. It just isn't sustainable for most bands to do it forever. I know some groups like the Acacia Strain and others do it better than others, but overall, I have to say that I don't like this, and I have such a fond dislike for it, I suppose, because it doesn't feel like it's getting anything across to the listener. It's shoving so much at you at once that I don't know whether to feel angry, sad, emotional in some regard. I just sit there and listen to it and I'm like, alright, well, that was something. It just didn't feel like anything to me, so I'm just gonna go listen to something else that might actually have an impact on me. Come on and move it in my direction, because at number 5, we're lassoing up reggaeton. That's right, I hope I said that right, because it's the Latin pop rap pop, crossover, fusion, where it's literally just like the same song copy and pasted over and over again. Don Omar, Louis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, Wisin and Yandel, everybody is just doing the same formula that they've been doing for the past 20 freaking years. It's in Mexico, it's in Latin America, it's in South America, it's taken over so many different parts of the world, and in 2017, we saw it creep into America with Despacito, and now everybody from Justin Bieber to Drake freaking Bell are hopping on the train. That's right, Drake Bell, who is from Drake and Josh, has an entirely Hispanic single out now, and I don't know what to think about that. The reason why I hate this genre is because it is so overplayed, and I've had so many Latin America viewers tell me, it's okay, John, we hate it over here too. So many of the people that want more in music, we're tired of hearing the same 10 songs over and over on the radio, because reggaeton is known for taking these acoustic guitars that are maybe known for being in something like a mariachi band, and it has a little bit of Latin flavor and soul to it, except it's all washed out in the damn production, and you can't hear a damn thing other than that guitar, a stomp clap beat, and then somebody like Daddy Yankee rapping over it, or else Louis Fonsi singing over it about fucking you slowly. I get so fed up with it because everyone looks to it and it's like, oh, it's an innocent genre, it's just, you know, easy to play on the radio, it's so friendly, and it's like, it's really not. It's like doing all of the same tropes as like other pop music and EDM and stuff, except it tries to package it up neatly and sell it to you in that way. But guess what, suckers? It's not working on me. Am I allowed to say cock rock on YouTube? I guess we're gonna find out and see if I get demonetized. At number 4, we've got cock rock as the next genre, which is kind of like a subgenre, but it's still something that I feel acceptable to put on this list and say that I just straight up hate. I'm looking at you, bands like Buck Cherry, and even others that have been incorporated into their music, like Kid Rock, Aerosmith, AC/DC, even Guns N' Roses. Many people say much of their stuff is. It's like music that is so pumped up on testosterone that it feels like you're listening to somebody just ready to ram their head through a brick wall. I think I'm secure enough in my own masculinity to say that I don't need that style of music to constantly amp me up to do things. In fact, I feel more amped up listening to other stuff like Lorde or Coldplay or Kesha or something, and I'm ready to break stuff and burn down the city or something like that, listening to that versus these other songs that are trying so hard to just literally swing their big dick energy around, and except it's not being used in a positive way here. Other bands like Motley Crue got famous for doing stuff like cock rock, and that's not to say that I entirely hate everything in Motley Crue's discography. It's just very hard for me to sit down and listen to songs outside of ones like Kickstart My Heart and just listen to song after song, because I find myself literally just almost crawling in my own skin trying to get away, and it's like, this is too much. They are literally trying to pump me up with testosterone. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Get your cock rock out of my ear. Baby, you a song. Oh wait, that's right, people can't be songs. At number 3, it's bro country, another genre that I fucking detest. If you're wondering what exactly separates bro country and regular country, especially these days, where do I draw that hard line in the sand? Well, just listen to country music in the year like 2002, and then listen to stuff from 2012, and you're gonna see the sad, but I suppose inevitable, digression. The digression led to depression for me, as somebody who actually does like some good country songs. I look back kind of fondly on many of the hits from my childhood, everybody from Garth Brooks to early Toby Keith, Kenny Chesney, Martina McBride, Faith Hill, and more. I like so much of that stuff, and I can go back to it and have a good time because it had kind of this innocent vibe to it, and it was like an old friend that I can go back to. But listening to artists like Sam Hunt and Luke Bryan these days, it makes me feel uneasy the way that they sing about back roads, beer, fishing, hunting, and just doing everything that country rednecks do over and over again. It's like asinine. It's like listening to somebody just shred a pencil sharpener inside my eardrum. Don't think I forgot about you either, Florida Georgia Line, because you've got some of the most egregious crimes under your belt as a duo. You started it off with songs like Cruise, and it only got worse from there. There's been some bad songs out there, but Cruise has to be up there as one of the worst of all time in my books. Not only did Florida Georgia Line bring that song to the table, they inspired other artists like Brad Paisley and Kenny Chesney and others of old to kind of go this bro country route. And now we get the same like 3 or 4 songs over and over again. There's literally a mashup that shows like how much these songs sound like each other. And if you're curious, I'll leave it linked in the description down below. I recently went to my local fair, and each year they have something in Yesterday Village where they have this bluegrass band or else several of them lined up to play so that the old people can come out and listen to music. And each year my mom and dad like to go and hear that. And this year I was actually forced to hear some of it, and my God, it just reminded me of how bad it truly can be. There was a song about the love of tobacco and chewing it, spitting it.
I like to smoke cigarettes sometimes. When it comes to dipping, I roll the line with ding, dong, ding, ding. Chew tobacco, chew tobacco, chew tobacco.
And just the lyrics of some of these tracks and what they talk about. It's like, it's so old school, it's so old fashioned and so like bad in many ways, like the way that women were treated in the songs. It's almost worse than like trap rap and fucking your bitch. In fact, in many ways I would say it is, because I think a lot of old bluegrass music kind of had some racist undertones to it, things that maybe we just don't talk about these days because it's from another generation and we kind of dismiss it. But I go back and hear these songs each time that I'm forced to do something, like where I hear it with my parents because they listen to it in the car if I ever ride with them, anything like that. Each and every time bluegrass is played to me, it's like a death sentence. I would rather just not have my hearing for a day than have to listen to bluegrass all the time. And I know there's bluegrass fans out there, and I know that there is good stuff that is not like that, and there are modern bands carrying the torch and doing things differently with the sound. I personally just can't get behind all the banjos and jug blowing, but if you can, then you do you. That's your prerogative. Hi there, my name's John from ARTV, and I'm a Christian, and I hate contemporary Christian music. That's right, at number 1 on the list today, we have contemporary Christian as the most hated genre for me personally. This is a genre of music with bands like Jars of Clay, Third Day, Casting Crowns, Jeremy Camp, and others that I just can't even remember because it's that repetitive, monotonous, and asinine to me personally, but I guess I get the sentiments behind it. If you are somebody that is religious and you look to this music as like a crutch, or it's something that lifts you up, like a 1,000-foot crutch, like some other Christian bands out there, then I suppose I understand that, but I look to it and I'm like, how could I possibly get motivated by this? How could I possibly look to this as something that is going to start my day off right, or anything like that? I almost feel bad or else sinful or something for saying this, but I feel like even trap rap and other genres like that in bluegrass, they have less tropes and less of the same things, even bro country, that they do over and over again, because there's only so much subject matter that you can cover in a Christian song. It's talking about the same things over and over again, and again, this is fine. If that's for you, then okay. I'm just gonna seal it off here because I don't want to get into a huge religious debate and have people coming for me and saying that I'm not a real whatever, or you're not this, or you are this. I'm gonna zip it off there and say it's not for me, and it's my most hated music genre. That's it for this episode of 7 on Sunday. I'm sure I didn't ruffle any feathers there. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I hope you had fun with this one. A lot of this was done for comedic effect. A lot of the jokes that were in there, obviously, hopefully you could tell. If not, then please check your sarcasm levels at the door. Hey, while you're here, maybe you could hit that like button for me to let me know that you enjoyed the episode, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future content. There's a lot of stuff coming down the pipe very, very soon. Other than that, please consider supporting me on Patreon at the top link down below. There has been a lot of copyright BS on YouTube right now, so with that circulating, I need your support now more than ever. The direct link is right over here in this annotation for my Patreon page, or else the top link down below. If you would like to see last week's episode of 7 on Sunday, then do yourself a favor, tap this link right over here, my fall playlist. Right over here, you can see another recent video I posted on the channel, and other than that, my socials are in the description, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond ARTV.